Hello and welcome. If you're joining us, then it means it's that time. It's noon, Wednesday. And if you're here, then you are ready to join in that spiritual practice called spiritual mind treatment. If this is your first time joining us, I'm Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson, the Senior Minister of the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore. So if you're ready, let's anchor in this practice. Simply breathing and allowing our breath to bring us to this realization of surrendering, of simply allowing the ebb and flow of respiration, recognizing that this breath is spirit breathing itself. Spirit breathing itself in, through, and as these individualized expressions of the One. And as we breathe, we simply allow our minds to freely let go of any stress, any worries, just the busyness of the mind. We allow ourselves to become aware of any tension we are holding in our body temple. And we simply notice it, maybe stretch a little. And as we anchor into this state of alignment, I speak what I know. There is only that power which is God. Only that power which is good. As Emma Curtis Hopkins said, my good is my God. My God is my good. There is only that one infinite, ineffable power, beyond labels, beyond category, the infinite, eternal, ever expanding, ever creating, forever. One, life itself, the one mind, spirit, source, the universe, whatever name we call it, what we are acknowledging is that it is all there is. And so as I proclaim this, knowing that it is all there is, I know that right here and right now, this word that is being spoken is the word of the universe speaking about itself. I know that everyone joining in this spiritual mind treatment, whether live right now, or if they're watching the recording later, nonetheless, that which is spirit is hearing, receiving, acknowledging, accepting its own word back unto itself. And so of one accord, right here and right now, acknowledging the health of God is my health. And what is true for me must be true for everyone joining in this practice. The wholeness of God is my wholeness. The joy of God is my joy. The love of God is my love. The immortality of spirit is my immortality. The creative nature, my creative nature. Infinite peace, my peace. Infinite abundance, prosperity, and wealth, my infinite abundance, prosperity, and wealth. Wisdom, my wisdom. Intelligence, my intelligence. Balance, my balance. Because that which is true of God must be true for me, true of me, because that which God is all there is. Therefore, right here, right now, where I stand, and as I speak, and as God breathes itself as me, that which is true of it must be true of all aspects of it. There cannot be more creativity in one corner of God and less in another corner, for the fullness of God exists throughout. Equal parts of the divine throughout the divine. And so the fullness of all that it is must be present where I am and must be present where everyone joining in this practice is, the very center of God, the very love of God, the very wisdom of God, the very health and well-being of God. And knowing this, I also know that God, being the absolute power of what it means to be equal, to be just, to be compassionate, to be in alignment with the law and with love, that exact same power and presence must also be fully formed and fully functioning in the mind of God. Therefore, right here and right now, I call it into manifestation. I call it into experience. I call it into expression. Right here and right now, what I am acknowledging and recognizing is that every human being, every form, every way that God is demonstrating itself and incarnating itself right here and right now, its spiritual magnificence is known. That all are awakening and awakened to it even now. That right here and right now, a world that works for all is the divine demonstration of love and law in absolute harmony now. That every person is right now doing what is theirs to do, to demonstrate, to live from this consciousness and live from this awareness, to walk this walk. I am that which I am ever and always eternally becoming, more and more and more of, embodying the power, the presence, and the love, the joy, the light, the marvelousness of creation itself. Here, this moment, this breath, these words, this body, this mind, this life, right now. Knowing that this is what is, I surrender this into the law, knowing the law is already doing what it does, perfectly, exactly and precisely. What it has always done is doing and will always do. And so surrendered into the law because I know it is done, surrendered into the law with joy and gratitude because I, right here and right now, am acknowledging that which God is, doing what God does. Allowing the law to have it, and have it so magnificently, and tend to it, its business, impersonally. Gestating, creating, manifesting, demonstrating, growing, blossoming, blooming, showing itself. Therefore, I know this prayer is already answered. I know this prayer is already done. I know that right here and right now, feet are moving, minds are moving, hands are serving, hearts are loving. It is already happening. If it were not already happening, these words would not even be possible to be spoken. But because they are spoken, I know the very universe itself is already doing what it does. It's showing up, and it's showing out. Surrendered because it's done, surrendered because the prayer is answered, surrendered because God is. And so it is. Amen.